It's what we do. We have problems in the state of Florida. We have problems
their own family in order to look for other people's family. They sacrifice their personal time where they could be playing a video game, drinking a beer, they could be watching sports, they could be doing all types of things, but they choose to be on a phone call, figuring out what happened to a missing person, searching for them, physically getting out there and searching, not just researching. Researching is a little bit more. I don't think that they would ever want to be affiliated with somebody that does something like this. I don't think that they would be okay with it either. And so, I'm going to double check it. But again, the people that I know that do this, they do it for the right reasons. They don't do it for a reward. As a matter of fact, they don't do it even to be recognized. His father who cares about him. Just a thought. Because if it was me, I wouldn't want that. Many of us are in this for the right reasons. Some of us aren't. And I would hate to be affiliated or lumped in with someone who's not in it for the right reasons, Terry Lynn. So there we go. That's what I have for you guys. We found Alex and Roy. And they're people. I don't know if they're the people. Hard, right? And they're happy to do it. They just want treats and love. That's all they care about. Um, so and thank God for the handlers. So you got Emergency Management Division national number, and thank God for the handlers. Fine, but part of it, right? But it's not like they're, oh, you know what I mean? But instead they make fun of him. Lab along of going back and forth, right? Where maybe he had unconscious bias, maybe he didn't want to believe it, maybe he knew people, in the same way I know that he didn't believe Katie's story about the shoes. I mean, he's just such a cute kid. Let me see his face, guys. Like, how could anybody deny him justice, right? I mean, we all deserve justice. We all deserve to be treated well. But especially when you see a child, it's like, how could you? Hello, Brenda. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Glad to see you again. SF is a fraud, in my opinion. Recently, I saw a retired detective podcast. Two men are PO'd at SF. I think SF jumped in. Yes, he's in a lot of trouble there. But what's what's funny is he's done not funny, haha, funny, but odd that he has done this in other cases. Kylie Rodney was the first one that I heard of that he really did something messed up in. You know, I mean, it just, I go back and forth, Sasha, because I think that there was a lot. I go back and who had the motive, who had the Peter Hyatt, Patricia Brown. Say maybe he would wear a size. I will never do that. So hopefully nobody steals the little Hyundai because I really like that one. It blows my mind. It was 63 degrees today in Denver. Oh my god, let's do this. Let's go to the proper people, and I'm sure that people in Tennessee don't appreciate this because if it was their child, they wouldn't want this happening in their child's case. The yellow jacket guy. Brenda, thank you so much. She says you rock. I knew from the start you'd succeed. Post what they want, say what they want on their platform. But yeah, that was a time that I considered the source, and then I thought, oh well, maybe not, right? Like maybe I shouldn't, you know, put a whole lot of weight into what she's saying. But I do think it was odd they put out by those police. So praying for our work. I wish you'd meet my son. Live stream, I could see the little because I don't know what to call it. Right. And oh boy.
The Democrats' outrageousness because they're starting to stand up. I'm telling you, I'm watching stuff from the sidelines. I'm seeing stuff from organizations. Bottom, they're saying no, they're not.
Wow. So
now, did this guy come out and say he was this? Yeah, but again, it comes down to this crackpot PI. That's a PI. You would think that he would use his PI skills to make sure whoever he is hiring and manufacture
a K9 LLC. And
out that all you do is lie. Especially when I told them that you lie. And
people are SAR training officers, right? And so maybe they know Steve Fisher. Oh, I got to plug in my computer from the SAR organization or being affiliated with it. And that's the connection that I can make from, with that creepy motherfucker is going to be anywhere near the Tennessee area makes me very uneasy, Holly S. So I don't know. I'll make sure that I don't know how they would feel about this. Like I said, the did with this nonsense mess of a situation, nonsense mess of a human. And I hate to say it. I hate to say that because I think that we can all bring something. I think God gives us all talents and, you know, and he puts us all here for a reason and he puts us you are the skid mark here. So in that category, the people that I know that do this and you know, I stand with Seth because that's what I would do. That's what Sebastian deserves. And anything less than that, I don't have time for it. Because I see you guys. I see all of you creators, even if they want to sit there and make fun of or harass and stalk us or threaten. Us or slash the tires. Um, or do whatever they're gonna do. Right? However many stones they want to throw, it's not going to stop me from picking up the stones I want to or lifting them up and turning them over and making sure. And that's the same way Seth is. There's this lady, you guys got to go check out my latest post. She just cracks me up so much. She does like, the point of view, just the silly like tick. If you guys just started sending me mass amounts of money like that, I would really side eye you guys. This does not look good. And I'm like, oh my gosh, cool. Personality. I have a thumbnail where I found this lady and she was a actual army and she's side eyeing tribe. Aw, little Miss Sharon, that's antic. So he's shaming us, he's gaslighting us into not doing research or contacting people with questions because he's fishy. Yeah, it smells and looks very fishy. That's right, Chuchi. Fraudulent. Yeah. Hashtag fish sticks is fake. Get it, Sandy. And I don't feel bad because it's the truth, right? You can't get in trouble for stating the truth. And little Miss Sharon, thank you so much for getting those again. But for Katie, that's his mom, and I never wanted to like say, oh, she doesn't love her son. Like I thought that would be so evil of me, you know? But ugh, just seeing how she treated Sebastian at the restaurant. like he was a second class citizen. And Sebastian's a sweetheart, guys. When that waitress came up to the table, he looked over at her and gave her a smile. Like he's just as cute. And I'm sure there was instances where Sebastian was, very pointed or rigid in that way. But he also is an individual, and if we're looking at him and we're seeing how he interacted with others when no one was looking, when he didn't know that we would be examining this later, that's all I need to know. He's gathering them minions, Gina. He sure is. And they just get so bothered. They get so bothered by it all because they're failing and they don't know how to take an L, right? And just stop it. They continue on, you know? Birds of a feather flock together. Sasha, you got it. Oh, exactly, blessed. You know, and egging the bullying on of people who are just trying to help. Look, we're going to get it wrong, right? We might not always agree with each other, but Jen Coffindaffer's chat, a lot of talk about that, which I mean, obviously there should be, you know. Was it the Army Corps of Engineers searching with SF? No, but the Army Corps of Engineers is usually the ones that take care of like all of the waterways in the I think that's the scariest part because if any of us just look at this and take a step back and say, wow, if that was me and they weren't checking into things, in my opinion, they paid SF to cause all of this nonsense, you know? Carolina, thanks for being here. Oh, welcome back, Miss Anne. Welcome back. Oh my goodness, you guys are so good about getting those likes up. Thank you so much. Sometimes they want someone that they can trust to, get information for them. There's many, many reasons to do it. But in my opinion, they paid SF to cause all of this nonsense, you know? Carolina, thanks for being here. Oh, welcome back, Miss Anne. People bring in private investigators, right? Because they sometimes it's because they want to give law enforcement a hand. Sometimes they want someone that they can trust. We all deserve justice. We all deserve one that I heard of that he really did something
thing, or they thought it would be funny to put, or like, no one's talking about Sebastian. Bull crap, we still are. And I'm going to tell you, the ones that are still hanging on, we're researching like a mother. So you guys better watch out, because I know they love to spread that narrative around. Oh, nobody cares about Sebastian, or like, no one's talking about Sebastian. Bull crap, we still are. And I'm going to tell you, the ones that are still hanging on, is the motive. What does Steve Fisher think the motive is? Does he think that the boys lured Sebastian out? Because how would they do that? Life is so fragile and precious. 13-year-old Anthony